I'm here today with an exciting video. This is going to be my 12-week pregnancy update video. If you did not know that I'm pregnant, I don't know where you've been. I posted about 2 weeks ago. When this goes up, it might be 3 weeks ago, that we are expecting a little baby. And just today, I did post the gender reveal video. Why am I out of breath already? Man, I've been so breathy lately. So yeah, I'm just really excited. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, mainly Instagram, it's just Shades of Kassie. That's probably where I'm most active as far as like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram is definitely where I'm at most often. So make sure you're following me on there if you aren't, that we can keep up with the updates. Because when I posted my gender reveal video, I think half of the comments, people didn't even know I was pregnant. And so that tells me that they're not following me on other social media. So if you guys want to, it is Shades of Kassie. And if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy and you decide to stay a while by hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give that notification bell a little tap and check that you would always like to see the videos in your subscription box. I don't know why YouTube has to play us like this and make us give everybody the runaround to see our videos, but it's the name of the game. So if you guys want to see my videos, make sure you hit that bell and click always in the little like box that pops up that you always want to see my videos. So today we're going to talk about 12-week pregnancy update. This is my second pregnancy, but it's been a while since I've been pregnant. Ethan is 7.5, so it's been a long time. It's been a really long time. It's been 8 years since I was pregnant last in 2010. Interestingly enough, I am about 7 weeks behind when I was pregnant last time. So at this time, 8 years ago, I was 7 weeks farther along. That just sounds so weird. Ethan was born November 14th. He was 2 weeks early. This little babe is due technically January 7th. However, I do have to have another C-section. So the C-section date is roughly sometime between like December 31st and January 2nd. Unless I go into labor early, which is quite possible. I have a very small frame, a very small body, and I ended up going into labor with Ethan 10 days early, and he was 7.5 pounds. And I don't think my stomach could have stretched any farther. So these Thatcher babies are, you know, good 9-pound babies. So there's a really good chance that I could go into labor early. And I do have to have another C-section. So in case anybody's wondering, it will be a C-section. And I do get questions when people find out that I had a C-section. It wasn't originally how it was planned. When I was pregnant with Ethan, definitely thought it was gonna be like a natural birth as far as like vaginally, but he was face up and he was too big and my birth canal was just like too tiny. My hips are too small that there was just no way. So after 2.5 hours of having me push, they finally decided to give me a C-section. And so where I live in Shasta County, they don't allow VBACs, which is like a normal birth after C-section. And I'm okay with it. My C-section recovery was pretty easy. And I'm really not too nervous or scared about it this go around. So I don't know, people get really freaked out about C-sections. I personally am fine with it. I don't feel any less by having a C-section versus like birthing it the traditional way. I think as long as you have a healthy baby and a healthy delivery, to me, I don't really care how they get the baby out, as long as the baby is fine and as long as it is a safe delivery. Can you tell I'm out of breath? Whew. Okay, so 12 weeks. I'll start, I guess, from the beginning. You guys know that when we first got married, everyone's like, when are you having babies? We had decided to wait 6 months until we started trying. And so I had been on the IUD for quite a while, 3.5, 4 years. And so in November, I had that removed, and it took a few months for my body to kind of get back to normal. I got it out in November, and I think February or March, that was my first like normal 28-day cycle, and then April was a normal 28-day cycle. And I got pregnant on my second normal cycle. So there's a few different things that I did to kind of optimize our chances, I guess. One, I think when I was trying to get pregnant with Ethan back in the day, I had no idea about my body. I didn't understand ovulation. I didn't understand timing. There's a lot of things I didn't know. I thought I could get pregnant any day of the month. That is not true. So this go around, I did do ovulation kits. There's really inexpensive ones you can get off Amazon. Ovulation kits, I had an app on my phone called Ovia that I really, really liked, where you can track your periods. And then there's a lot of different things as you pay attention to your body that kind of clue you into when you are like fertile or ovulating. Also, my Ava Bracelet, I used that as well. You just wear it when you sleep and it tells you your most fertile days. It tells you how well you're sleeping, your heart rate, and your skin temperature. So kind of a combination of all of those things really helped hone in like the right time to be trying. So I got pregnant our second month of like my normal cycle, and I actually found out super early. I did a Turtle Bay like field trip with my son, and I just randomly I went home and I was like, I'll just take a pregnancy test. It's still really early. I have like 8 days still till my period starts, so I'm probably gonna get a negative. So I took a test, went and ate, didn't really think about it, remembered that I had forgot that I had taken the pregnancy test. That's how much you know I was like not thinking it was gonna be positive. And I walked in and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a faint line. Oh my gosh, there's a faint line. And so then I took another one, and this was in mid-afternoon. So the fact that I got a positive mid-afternoon that early was like very surprising to me. So of course I became like very obsessed with like taking them every day to make sure that they were getting darker and darker and darker. You know, every 48 hours the line was getting darker. So the first night that I found out was April 23rd, and I was gonna wait until our anniversary to tell Ted. I had like, so if I got pregnant around Christmas, I was gonna tell him at Christmas. If I got pregnant in January, I was gonna tell him either at like his mom's birthday party. If it was February, it was gonna be Valentine's Day. If it was March, it was gonna be my birthday. If it was April, it was going to be, was Easter in April this year? I can't remember. Anyways, I think it was. And then if it was gonna be May, it was going to be our anniversary, because our anniversary is May 13th, which was also Mother's Day. So I was gonna tell him in May if I got pregnant, you know, in a reasonable time to be able to tell him for our anniversary. Well, I was so excited. There was absolutely like no way that I could wait until 2.5 weeks to tell him. So he was working out of town that day, and I had already bought all the stuff back in December of how I was gonna tell him. We both love Jimmy Fallon. It was like something we talked about on our very first date. We both love Jimmy Fallon. It was something we had talked about the very first time we hung out. And Jimmy Fallon wrote this book called Dada, so I got him that book. There was also a book he had asked for Christmas, a baby book. And then I got him Dude, You're Gonna Be a Dad. So I got those, I wrapped them up. Basically, I told him that I like had saw some stuff at TJ Maxx and Target for him, and we hadn't, you know, done cute gifts for each other in a while, so I had got him a cute gift. So he was completely clueless, like had no idea. He came home and I'm just like so excited. And so he starts to open it, and I might include the clip where he was like, does this mean that you're pregnant? And then like the pregnancy tests that I gave him were so faint, and the room was kind of dark. So he looked at it and he's like, not pregnant? I'm like, no, there's 2 lines, there's 2 lines. And
your baby's first word will be Dada, Jimmy Fallon. Am I supposed to read it?
No, you don't have to read it.
Is this where you tell me you're pregnant?
Open up whatever else is in here.
Okay. Dude, you're gonna be a dad. Babe!
There's more!
Oh! Brain.
That was, you asked for that for Christmas.
Oh, really?
Apparently you forgot.
I forgot. Brain on the rolls for baby. Babe.
Wait, there's something, there's more in there.
Need to read. Not pregnant?
No, babe, look, see how there's a little faint line and a little faint line?
Aww. We're pregnant?
Yes.
Babe.
So anyways, we were just really excited. We decided we were gonna wait to tell our parents until Mother's Day, which was really hard because I am the worst at surprises, the worst at keeping like exciting surprises and secrets. So I basically avoided our parents for 2 weeks because I didn't want to give it away. And then we were gonna tell Ethan too right before we told our families. So we told Ethan the Friday before Mother's Day, and he was so excited. What does it say? Look, there's a card.
Ethan, we have news. We have big news. Who's this? Who made this?
I did.
As you are going to be big brother. Are you having a baby? Wait. You're having a baby?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, really?
Really?
Wait, really?
Really? Look. What does that say?
Pregnant? Can I try it on you?
Well, it's already, no, don't touch that. You pee on that part.
Oh my, you
I
are?
really am. And then we told our parents by getting them a little, like their favorite baby book that said, I can't wait for you to read this to me, January 2019. So needless to say, they were very, very excited.
Tissue paper.
Tissue
Did you
paper.
give me tissue paper? You shouldn't have.
You can read the card
It
later.
smells like your house, which I love.
You can read the card later.
Later on the card. We're doing the card later, but we're doing this now. What is it? Oh, no way. Are you pregnant?
Open up the book.
Good night, Moon. Mimi and Papa, please read to me on January 2019, baby.
Oh my God!
What did you give me? Oh, is it a picture of you?
I can't tell you.
I hope so. Oh, I love you to the moon and back. I love that. Oh, is this a book you're going to read to me? What? Really? No! On my birthday.
We're due January 7th, so it'll probably be right around Christmas. So I get a lot of questions on cravings or symptoms, anything like that. I definitely didn't feel pregnant until probably 4.5, 5 weeks. I noticed that my boobs were getting massive. I already have like kind of big boobs anyways, but I noticed that they were getting huge really, really fast. I outgrew all of my bras probably by week 7. I've probably gained at least a cup size, which it just is like, just a lot. It's just a lot. So that was one thing I noticed pretty early on was my boobs hurt really bad. They were very sore, very tender. Like even if like Ted like brushed up against me, I was like, oh, that hurts. They were really, really sore. I don't know if I remember them being that sore with Ethan, but again, this was 8 years ago, so I don't remember everything. I remember a lot, but not everything. So that was one thing. And then being tired. I didn't realize how tired I would be. Even though I did this 8 years ago, I forgot, like, there's exhaustion and then there's like pregnancy exhaustion. And it is a whole other level. It is like when you see little kids falling asleep in their food, like that kind of exhaustion where you can hardly keep your eyes open. I don't know if I saw 8 p.m. for probably 4 or 5 weeks. I was asleep by like 7:45. I was so tired all the time. That was something that like was pretty evident, the tiredness and my sore boobs. Then came the morning sickness. Week 5.5, 6, somewhere around there, I started getting really nauseous. And if you've never experienced like morning sickness or nausea, if you've ever been car sick or motion sick, like imagine that, but it lasts all day. It wasn't just morning, it was like from the time I woke up till the time I went to bed, constant nausea. There was never really any relief. I had aversions to all food. No food ever sounded good. If anything did sound good, it sounded good until I got it and then I didn't want it anymore. I didn't feel like myself. It was actually like this really interesting time because obviously I'm very excited about being pregnant, and yeah, I was so tired and I was so nauseous that I couldn't do anything. I didn't upload any videos. I wasn't on Instagram. I wasn't on Instagram stories. I didn't leave my couch. I didn't leave my bed. I just wanted to sleep. I started to not feel like myself. I think I wore makeup maybe 4 times in 5 weeks. So that tells you just how bad I felt, especially if you know me well on a personal level. For me to go that long without wearing makeup, I wear makeup pretty much every day. Maybe once a week I don't wear makeup, if that. But I didn't feel like myself. I felt like I was starting to get really depressed because I just couldn't feel normal. I didn't feel normal. I didn't feel good. I just felt really crappy, really sick. I cried a lot because I just felt like I didn't know who I was anymore. Like, it's just a really interesting, weird feeling, and I don't ever hear anyone talk about that. I hear people talk about being sick or tired, but there was this point where I'm like, I would just cry because I'm like, I just don't feel like me. I don't feel normal. I feel horrible. And it gave me a new appreciation for people who deal with like chronic illnesses where that is their normal, because it was really, really hard. And everyone around me is like, so excited you're pregnant. And they're like on level 10 and I'm just here like crying because I just absolutely feel terrible. So that was really hard. That lasted for over a month. It was probably 6 weeks or so. At about week 11, it completely stopped. Week 10, I had okay days, but it was more like I didn't feel sick all day, but I felt sick like half the day. So I'd have okay days, and probably when I hit week 11, I started having good days. And so now today I am 12 weeks and 2 days. So it was really hard. It was really, really hard for me, and I don't remember that with Ethan. I don't know if it's because I was so busy doing real estate that I didn't have time to think about being sick, and here I work from home. Ethan was on, at school during the day, and so I literally left the house to pick him up and drop him off. So I don't know. I don't know if that was the difference. I definitely didn't work out. I get a lot of questions if I worked out. I couldn't. Couldn't even. It was a workout going to and from the bathroom. So starting week 12, last week actually, I went to the gym twice. I'm gonna try to go 3 days a week. You guys know I used to work out a ton. I used to go 5 to 6 days a week. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. I'm not going to put that pressure like on the baby. So I'm gonna go, my goal is to go 3 days a week, and that would include like 20 to 30 minutes of walking on the treadmill at an incline and then doing some light weightlifting, because not only is it good for my state of mind, it's great for my body, it's gonna be great for labor and delivery and recovery. Even though I'm having a C-section, I still want to have a strong core. And then it just helps with recovery. It helps with the health of the baby. So I'm just going to take it slow. I did notice when I went to the gym last week, my strength was like probably 25% of what it normally is. Same with my stamina, my energy level. If you can't tell throughout this video, I'm like so breathy. And I noticed that started at like week 10. When I talk a lot, I get really breathy, and I know that's not gonna get any better. As the baby gets bigger and bigger, I'll definitely have more and more trouble talking without being super out of breath all the time. Cravings, there's really only one thing I crave, and it's oranges. I've eaten so many oranges. That's like the only thing that kind of took the nausea away a little bit, and the only thing that didn't make me sick. I don't like coffee, which happened with Ethan too, and it lasted, I want to say it lasted halfway through my second trimester, where coffee was like an aversion. The smell of it made me sick. Anything about coffee just grossed me out. The smell doesn't bother me this time around, but I just have no desire. I have no taste for it. I'd go still get coffees at Starbucks, and then I'd drink 2 sips of it, and then I'm like, I just don't want it. I also notice if I eat dairy, which dairy's never bothered me before, but if I eat dairy, my stomach starts to hurt really bad. And I've Googled if you can become lactose intolerant when you're pregnant, or if there's a chance that it affects the baby if the baby's lactose intolerant and that's why you feel sick. And everything I read said no. So I don't know if I'm just having like some sort of aversion to dairy, but if I drink milk or like caramel frappuccinos. Even though that has coffee in it, it's more like a shake. Or if I eat ice cream, it really upsets my stomach, which I've never had issues with that before. I did ask on Instagram if anybody had questions that they wanted to know. So I'm gonna hop on there. So one of the questions are, any tips on trying to conceive, or what made you think you were having a girl, or were you just wanting a girl? Tips on trying to conceive. 1, pay attention to your body. Like really, really get to know your body, get to know your cycle, get to know like what it looks like for you when you're ovulating. There's a lot of really clear signs when you're ovulating. Some people do temping. I didn't have the patience for that. You can check your, this is such a gross word, but like your cervical mucus. That is a pretty good indicator that when you're fertile. Also the ovulation kits, I would definitely recommend that. I'm just gonna throw this out there. You can try this and see if it worked for you. It has worked for a few of my friends. It's what we did, and it worked for like a bunch of, well, 2 of my friends so far. I have 3 more that are trying this method, but it's nothing like scientifically proven. I have no degree in what is creation of babies? What would you call that? Baby making? I don't have a degree in baby making, but this is just what I did, and it worked. It took us two tries. So obviously start your period. You have your period. Once your period is over, I started taking the ovulation tests. I'll link the ones that I got down below. You just pee on them. If the test line is lighter than the control line, you're not ovulating. Once the test line gets the same or darker than the control line, then you're going to ovulate within 24 to 36 hours. So from the time you stop your period, you're going to need to have sex or, you know, baby make every other day. And then once you get that first positive ovulation, then you're going to do it for 3 days. You do it every day for 3 days. And then you do it every other day for like 2 or 3 more days. And then you can rest. But that optimizes your chances. You don't want to wait till you're ovulating to try, otherwise you're gonna have his old swimmers, and you don't want to do it every day because then you're gonna like decrease the amount of swimmers. So every other day, once you get a positive ovulation, do it every day for 3 days. So that's what we did. When you're trying to get pregnant and you're basically having ovulation sex, make sure you keep it fun. Don't just make it this like routine, rigid thing, like, okay, I'm ovulating, gotta do it. Like, still keep it fun and spicy and enjoy it, and don't make it like a chore, because then I think it takes like the excitement out of it, and you don't want to just be having ovulation sex. You want to be like still making it like love-filled and passionate, but it is going to be a lot. So nobody said trying to make a baby is easy. So that's my tips for it. Maybe that's TMI, but literally I had a friend that tried it, her first month trying that. They had been kind of like not preventing for a few months, but the first month that she tried my little system, she got pregnant. So what made me think we're having a girl, or were you just wanting a girl? With Ethan, I knew in my heart, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, it was a boy. Everyone around me said, it's a girl, it's a girl, it's a girl, you're having a girl. I'm so excited, it's probably gonna be a girl. And I was like, no, it's a boy. I just know it's a boy. I really wanted a girl, but I just knew in my heart it was a boy. So at the 20-week ultrasound, they said it was a boy, and I was like, yeah, I told you. This one, when I found out I was pregnant, I just felt like it was a girl. My symptoms were completely different than with Ethan, which can or cannot, I don't know. Maybe it's a determining factor of like boy or girl, but some people have had varying symptoms and had the same gender. So it was just a very different pregnancy than Ethan's, but that really wasn't quite what made me feel that way. It was just a gut feeling. Also, when Ted and I first started dating, he told me that he just felt like the Lord was gonna give him a daughter first. And when I found out I was pregnant, I just had this like feeling that it was a girl. So I don't know, it was more of a feeling. Of course I wanted a girl, but if I had a boy, I would have been fine with that too. I've been a boy mom for 8 years. It's all that I know, but I'm really, really excited to have a girl. I'm excited for something different, something new, and oh my gosh, all the little girl clothes. And I'm such a girly girl, to be able to share that with someone, like with my daughter, is just so exciting. All right, the next one is, would you do a What I Eat in a Day pregnancy edition? I'm 17 weeks and love getting ideas. Well, Kayla, congratulations on being pregnant. Well, maybe when I start actually like eating, I will. I mean, I'm eating, but still food doesn't really appeal to me. Every night Ted's like, what do you want for dinner? Nothing ever sounds good. I literally just eat out of necessity right now, not out of like actual enjoyment of like wanting to eat food or enjoying food. It's more like I eat because I know I have to. So maybe when I start to get my appetite back and enjoy food again, I might just do that. What was your exercise routine for the first trimester? I had none. I mentioned that earlier. I was so sick. I worked out twice my whole first trimester, and that was literally like the week that I found out I was pregnant. But after that, I didn't work out. I just started back on week 11, and so I will try to do 3 days a week. I do the Transform app. It's just a subscription that you can buy. It's Heidi Powell and her husband, and I've been using their system for about a year, and I really like it. So I'm just kind of doing modified versions of that. All right, Jessica asks, what did you use that helped you get pregnant? My husband and I have one, but we're trying for 6 months for another and nothing yet. We'll try the system that I just told you. I think definitely having a good app on your phone to track things, to track what your body is doing each day, the ovulation kit. Also just try to relax as well. Like, don't get too crazy on. That's why I didn't want to do temping, because I felt like temping I would just be it'd be too much for me. But the ovulation tests, the timing, and the app really do help. All right, Anita asks, if you are only 12 weeks pregnant, how do you know the sex of the baby? Well, this is crazy. I didn't even know until I got pregnant that this was an option, because back with Ethan, you had to wait till, my doctor wouldn't do it till 20 weeks when you had an anatomy scan. And even to do genetic testing, they had to do amniocentesis, but now they can do a blood test as early as 9 weeks to tell the sex of the baby and do the genetic testing. So we did that. I did it at 9.5 weeks. The genetic testing came back low risk, which I was so thankful for. And then the gender came back and we're having a baby girl, which is just so exciting. But yeah, back 8 years ago, I mean, that wasn't even heard of. So yeah, you can do that. Also, a lot of you guys actually told me about Sneak Peek, which you can order off Amazon. You prick your finger, send in your blood result. If you do like their expedited thing, you can have the results in 72 hours. So I think basically they test the blood. If there are male chromosome DNA in your blood, then you're having a boy. And if they don't find any, then you're having a girl. I think that's how it works. Okay, so the next question is from Amber, and it's, congratulations on the news of your baby girl. What are the names you've been loving? There's nothing like being a mama to a girl. We have a 2.5-year-old Marley. That is such a cute name, and thank you. We have a few. We have 2 names. We're down to 2 names for the first name, and then we have 2 names for the middle names that we're deciding between. Our first 2 girl names, we had the boy name like picked out in concrete before we were even engaged. We like had a name that we loved. For girl names, up until 2 weeks ago, our like top 2 girl names were Austin and Denver. We just really like those. I am a sucker for boys' names for girls. And so those were like the 2 names we really liked. They were like 2 out of the 5 or 6. But they were like top contenders. But then Ted didn't love them 3 times, so we threw those out. We have 2 names that we're kind of going between. We just haven't decided yet. But I guess people wait now until the baby's born to tell their name. I'm not sure if that's because they don't want people stealing the name. I don't know. I don't know if we'll wait that long, if we'll wait till she's born to announce what her name's gonna be. But we haven't decided on a name yet. And I don't want to give it away yet because we're still deciding. But if you have girl names that you like, let me know down in the comments below, because we'll gladly take suggestions, because we'll probably go with our 2 first names, but we still need middle names. So leave some suggestions down in the comments below. Caitlin asks, do you think you would do family vlogs or monthly updates after she's born? Would love to see day in the life videos when she's born. Congratulations, by the way, so happy for your family. Well, thank you so much. I've thought about it. YouTube's an interesting place. I feel like the beauty side of YouTube has like changed so much since I started. And I've kind of been thinking for a long time about transitioning my channel to be more lifestyle. So it's kind of like lifestyle, beauty, fashion, fitness. It kind of can have everything in it, just because I feel like there's not very many like just beauty channels anymore. There's just all this other random stuff that people are throwing on their channels, and a lot of beauty content I'm feeling is not getting as many views. Like I'll do tutorials and they get like very few views, even though I get requests to do tutorials a lot. So I've been thinking about kind of transitioning my channel to be more lifestyle, which if you guys watch Kendra Vlogs, if you don't, you should. She's a perfect example of that. She used to be a beauty channel and then she had twin girls and kind of transitioned into a lifestyle channel. So she still does beauty stuff on there too, but she does a lot of day in the life or family videos. She does video like her pregnancy updates, her twin updates. So I might do something similar to that. Still keep it primarily beauty, like 50% beauty, 60% beauty, and then 40% other things. So I probably will. I mean, I'll continue to do pregnancy vlogs probably every trimester. And then we'll probably have like a birth vlog, and then I'll probably do some when she's born and that kind of stuff. So we'll see, possibly. We'll see how the C-section recovery is. Hopefully it'll be as easy as last time. All right, Kayla says, have you had any pains yet? What are some of your cravings? Not really pains other than like my back sciatica pain and then like my bloating pain. That's a real pain, the bloating. And cravings, no, not any really cravings except for oranges. I just pretty much don't like any food right now. Sweets, I do like a lot of sweets, like a lot of sweets. Simply Ironic said, hi and congrats again. What did you think you were having and did you start shopping yet? I definitely felt like it was a girl and I have not shopped yet. I have done a Target registry and an Amazon registry, adding stuff because I just like can't help myself. I actually had quite a few DMs yesterday, probably like 15 DMs, asking if I had a PO box. So I did get a PO box, or I am getting a PO box. I'll link it down below. I do not expect any of you guys to send me stuff. I'm simply listing it because I got so many people asking for a PO box, and obviously I don't want to like throw out my home address. So it'll be down below if you guys are interested. I'm just really excited. I'm excited to see Ted with like a newborn baby because he came into Ethan's life when Ethan was 4. So he hasn't got to do the newborn stuff and the changing the diapers and, you know, seeing like a new little baby. So we're really excited. Thank you guys so much for all of your sweet comments, all of your well wishes and congratulations. we're really, really excited to share our journey with you guys. I'll do another pregnancy update probably at the end of my 2nd trimester. I'm also going to do a haul. I ordered a ton of stuff off Forever 21. I got a lot of people saying that they wanted to see a pregnancy haul. So I will be doing that. This is one of the things from them, these overalls, which are not maternity, but they're really cute. I'll stand up and show you. Oof. They're a size 26. So there is room on the side, but if I turn sideways, you do have like a good amount of room. I'll show you my bump. I don't really have too much of a bump, but I have just a little bit. It's not much. It's not like my flat stomach that I used to have, but this is about how big I was 15 weeks with Ethan. So at 12 weeks, I'm the size I was at 15. I'm sure with our next one, it'll probably come sooner. Yeah, we definitely want to have more, at least one more, maybe 2 more. Just so excited. So anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell before you leave. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.